Hello my friends, and welcome back to the channel. You're watching Project Dark Knight Horror, and I am your host, The Dark Knight. Today we're focusing on ghosts, poltergeists and demons. We're going to take a deep dive into the world of the paranormal. So stick the kettle on, make a cup of tea, and let me show you the truth. It's that time again. So close the door, shut the curtains, and turn off the lights, and go full screen as you get ready to watch creepy paranormal videos that will 100% make your blood run cold. On today's show,
Oh my god. What the f is that? Oh shit. Go.
Play a fun light game.
Oh my god. Dale.
It was so freaking cool and pretty clear, and it's so...
Oh my god. Oh my god. Dale.
the update of THANKYOU. For my first case, we're traveling back to the outskirts of Tokyo, Japan to catch up with THANKYOU. For anyone who doesn't know his story, I've covered him ever since he uploaded this first video back in November 2020, and he's featured in multiple videos of mine. If you want to watch his story from the beginning, then jump over to my Ghost, Poltergeist and Demons playlist to find out. I'll link it in the description section below. Yama moved into a 50-year-old house where the previous owner had died. He found this out by talking to the landlord and his neighbors that the tenants would never stay long. It was always the same story. They'd move in looking happy with all smiles, but then within a couple of weeks, they'd be seen packing up and leaving, sometimes in the middle of the night, and always with the same look of fear on their face. And for good reason too. You see, the house that THANKYOU moved into is haunted. But being a student of engineering and science, Yama didn't believe in the paranormal. Also, because the house had a reputation, the landlord halved the rent to 49,000 yen, which is the equivalent to £293 sterling or $349 a month, which is very cheap. So THANKYOU moved in, and all was quiet at the beginning. Soon thereafter, things started to go very wrong. Yama was always busy most days with DIY. We watched as he uploaded videos of him constructing shelves and units. Since this was to be his first home and a bachelor pad, he did everything himself: painting, decorating, and constructing. Yama was also a budding musician, and being so creative, he uploaded tutorial videos on how to design, build, and paint your very own guitar. But when the sun went down, so did the tools, and that's when Yama started to notice strange, creepy, and weird things happening around his home. Watch. That's when he started to realize that something was very wrong. So he bought and set up a CCTV system all over the house so he could get to the bottom of what exactly was in his home. So along with the cameras and his trusty iPhone, the investigation began. At the start, the bathroom and the toilet was the epicenter of the activity, with objects falling off shelves and the shower door opening and closing on its own. Also, he would hear footsteps shuffling to and fro out of the bathroom, and even more disturbing, something would bang on the inside of the toilet door. So hard, in fact, the door would shake. In his many previous videos, while the door was banging, Yama would film through the window, but every time he did, there was nothing on the other side. The activity was escalating every day, and day by day, things got more and more creepy. Then, all of a sudden, the activity started to get vocal. Eerie sounds and cries could be heard coming from the bathroom in the dead of the night. And even though we couldn't see it, Yama knew it was there. Imagine this: you live in this house on your own, in a rural part of the country steeped in tradition, and in the dead of the night, you hear this. Listen. So Yama did something unusual. He started spraying the bathroom and the rest of the house, no, not with holy water, but with something a little different. Febreze. Now, Febreze is an air and fabric freshener, but for the life of me, I didn't know it works on ghosts. At least the house smelled fresh though, right? But as you guessed it, it had absolutely zero effect on the now more angry but fresh smelling spirits. Yama then put on his detective hat and went out into the surrounding area and found out that just meters away from his house was a burial mound filled with the bones of dead soldiers. The sign says that the burial mound was dug up and excavated years ago, and that's when the extent of the bodies were made public. Things were starting to make sense. What with the previous owner killing himself in the house and the burial mound opposite, Yama was stuck smack bang in the middle. So in other words, houses were built right on top of dead bodies, and by the time City Hall found out, it was too late. Families and communities had already been established. Then they took out all the ceremonial armor and swords from museums and put all the bones of the dead soldiers back into the mound and filled it up and moved on. They put a marker up as a sign of respect, but something tells me that wasn't enough. This most definitely had a negative impact on the village, and something was about to happen right outside Yama's house, and that would send shivers even down Zach Bagan's spine. One night, Yama was woken up by something right outside his bedroom window, and in the dead of the night, it was terrifying. Listen. So could the cries be from one of the dead soldiers whose body was disturbed outside Yama's house when the graves were excavated? Of course, this is just an estimated guess, but what was fact was that every night from then onwards, Yama was terrorized by paranormal activity coming from his bathroom and outside his bedroom window. Every night between 12:30 and 3:30 a.m., he would lie in his bed when he wasn't filming and would listen to the painful cries coming from someone or something stuck in limbo, not being able to move on. When Yama asked the neighbors how come they never came outside or looked or talked about it whenever the crying started, reluctantly, the neighbors told him never to talk about it or even go outside because it was considered bad luck and it could come into your home and attach itself to you and wait for you to die so it could pass onto the afterlife with you. But of course, Yama Q didn't listen, and every night he filmed some of the best paranormal activity I've ever seen or heard. And then, one night, suddenly after almost a year of constant banging, footsteps, and things being thrown in the bathroom and wailing outside the bedroom window, suddenly, it all stopped. So Yama got a cat, and for the next 3 months, Yama Q would post videos about his feline friend. Now imagine that. Yama had built a massive community of people following him in his paranormal problems. People would tune in every episode to see what developments had taken place, only to be met with videos about the toilet habits of cats. But this is no joke. This actually happened. But at least Yama was happy. For a while. You know where this is going, right? I remember reading some nasty comments about Yama's cat videos. People were getting angry that suddenly his channel was all about a cat. Everybody was seeing red, but I saw something else. I saw a man at peace. I saw a man who was finally getting sleep. And I saw a man who was happy. And he didn't care about any of the comments. If you followed Project Dark Knight for some time, then you would have learned a thing or two about the paranormal. We know that ghosts need energy to communicate, and we know that some ghosts feed on fear, scaring the homeowners to get that energy that derives from fear. And we've also learned that more communicating that happens between the spirit and human, the faster the activity escalates. Also, I've got this theory that social media helps give the ghosts energy. Think about it. By using all those electronic gadgets and apps and laser grids all designed and pointed towards the spirits, it feeds them, giving them power. That's why you'll always hear ghost hunters saying that their batteries have been drained. That's because in our pursuit in catching ghosts on camera, we're indirectly feeding them, and by showing all the evidence on social media, these ghosts now know that we can see and hear them. Which brings us to why things went quiet. After years of research, I've learned that the paranormal is like waves. It comes and goes. Activity will occur in a location for X amount of time, and when the ghost, poltergeist or entity is full of energy and fear, it stops. This dormant state is like hibernation. Think of it as the spirit going to sleep, and this fall in activity lulls the homeowner into a false sense of security, because as sure as the sun sets and the moon rises, so too will the activity. We just don't know when. Every case is similar yet different, and unfortunately in the case of my Asian friend Yamaguchi Q, the activity started again 3 months later. And this is where his update begins. Just when I thought the haunting of Yama Q was over, weird things started happening all over again. On the 28th of September, Yama posted a video telling us every night the power in his home would mysteriously turn off. But it only happened to his house. Then, a few days after that, the electrical appliances like the TV, blender, radio, microwave and the kettle all would mysteriously turn on and off by themselves. Then 3 weeks ago, in the dead of the night, right out of the blue, it started again. Listen.
声してる。下じゃなくてやぶから聞こえてますよ。上の人じゃない？上の人。ほら。めっちゃ聞こえる。ほら、上の人。どこ？
Whatever this thing is, and whatever happened to it, I wonder if you'll ever find out. But that night, after Yama closed the balcony door and got into bed, unfortunately, the activity in the bathroom started again. So now you're up to date with the haunting of Yama Q. I think things will only get worse from here on out, but Japan is a very traditional country, and its citizens follow the old traditions going back hundreds of years. So Yama will probably have to perform a cleansing ritual of some kind, but when that happens, I will be there to keep you up to date. Until then, if you're interested in his story from the beginning, or the surrounding area, then jump on over to his YouTube channel. It's called Yama Q. But don't forget, when you get there, tell him the Dark Knight sent you. Thank you. Imaginary friend. TikTok user Leah Lourdes 15 uploaded some videos about moving into a new home 2 months ago. The first 3 clips are normal and shows her unpacking and getting ready for Christmas. She's just moved into a new home and it's only her and her daughter. As the videos progress, it shows a mum unpacking and settling into a new home and getting ready to start a new life. You can see boxes and furniture everywhere, and even though she says it's chaos, she still sounds happy, right? But then we get to this clip, and the subject matter. She noticed a few times that her daughter was talking to herself, so she went closer when her daughter wasn't listening, and she heard her daughter talking to someone else. When she asked her daughter who she'd been talking to, her daughter simply said it's her new friend, who approached her the night that they moved in. The mum was too busy with the move to notice, so she asked her daughter what's her friend's name, and her daughter said she's not allowed to tell. Now, mum is a skeptic, and from her own mouth, she said that she doesn't believe in ghosts or the paranormal. But even she admits things are starting to get creepy. Because on a few occasions, Leah Lourdes has heard footsteps and heavy breathing right next to her. And when her daughter talks to her imaginary friend, mum gets an eerie feeling as though someone else is in the room with them.
So I am unpacking. I know it's a little early for Christmas, but is it ever really too early for Christmas? I'm such a geek, but I wanted to show you some of my Christmas decorations. I've got a little nutcracker. I have a big nutcracker. You know I like antique stuff, and so here he is. Just for a light moment, I wanted to show you my I don't know what, my fat Santa. He's not even a Santa, he's a snowman. He's my shelf snowman. Okay, I'll shut up now. There's more Christmas to be had. I'm missing out. Look at the Santa. Hello. The move-in feels it's never ending. I don't know what to do with my lamps. Anyway, the dragging in of things and the unpacking of things is happening.
She's even said that her daughter's imaginary friend feels real. So mum sets up a camera in her daughter's bedroom to find out anything else about why her daughter is talking to an imaginary friend and why it suddenly started happening. And this is what she filmed. Watch.
Hey, so we are just moving in. It's such a mess. I'm sorry, but we're moving into this old house. And my daughter has been talking to an imaginary friend, except for it feels really real. Obviously, it's an imaginary friend, but it's been weirding me out. And I'm wondering if something is triggering it or why it's happening. So I put this camera down and I'm just gonna let it run and we'll see. I just want to see what's going on, you know? I know you understand this, right? I'm not crazy. Okay, well, we'll see what happens.
The original video was taken down by Leah Lourdes, so I had to look for it elsewhere. And when I did finally find it, I couldn't download it. So you'll have to excuse the logo on screen. In the camera footage, Leo's daughter can be seen talking and playing with an imaginary friend. She can be heard talking about a toy, and she asks, "What do you want to play?" Her daughter then asks, "Do you want to speak?" At which point, the cupboard door to her right slowly starts to open.
It looks beautiful and funny. What are you guys doing? say. Do you want to sleep? Come on, focus.
As the cupboard door opens, we can't see anyone or anything inside or coming out of the cupboard. But the little girl does. She even says hi to something.
Come on, focus.
She even looks up as the door opens fully. Then the camera's mic picks up some strange sounds, as though whatever came out of the cupboard is trying to turn the camera off. The little girl must be able to see something that we can't, because her gaze is drawn to one spot as she stares at it. And then, very slowly, she gets up and tiptoes out of the room, looking very scared. And that's where the video ends. Leah Lourdes hasn't uploaded any other videos since then, and maybe the comments in the original video scared her. The common theory amongst the paranormal community is that her daughter is not seeing a child ghost, but instead is seeing and talking with something with a darker agenda. The little girl told her mum that she's not allowed to tell the name, and she's not allowed to describe what her friend looks like. So that in itself is a red flag. And if the spirit is older and evil, then that's something that they would say. I will try to get in touch with mum and daughter and try to see if I can give some help and advice, if she wants it. I can only hope and pray that mum and daughter are safe, and whatever is in their home hopefully moves on. As soon as I find out any information, I will let you know. But in the meantime, why don't you go check out their TikTok account and give them some much needed support, because I know they're going to need it. And don't forget, when you get there, tell them the Dark Knight sent you. Thank you. The sound of music. For our next chapter, we have to go back 13 years to 2009 to a YouTube channel from Hungary called Freeze Davaram. And this won't be a long chapter because Davaram only uploaded one single video. But I am a subscriber of quality over quantity, and as videos go, this is terrifying. Now, the quality of the video isn't exactly HD, but remember, this is over 13 years old, and I've cleaned it up as best as I could, but it's still a bit rough around the edges. As I was saying before, What happens in this short 2.5-minute video is absolutely terrifying and shows pure poltergeist activity at its worst. Watch.
Hallå?
The video starts with Deveram busting some tunes on his keyboard, but then 10 seconds after the first note is struck, in the background you hear a loud noise which makes Deveram jump and almost knocks the keyboard off its stand. He turns the keyboard off and listens for a few seconds before grabbing the camera and going to investigate the source of the noise. And it doesn't go well at all. As Deveram walks into the kitchen, he holds the camera up which shows a shadow figure standing in the corner, but Deveram didn't see it at the time. He then picks up a cushion off the floor. Then I think the camera must have got covered by accident, or he walked into a dark hallway and then he opens the door because the footage goes dark, but you can hear the door handle of some sort opening. When he emerges into the light, whatever that is hanging from the ceiling, you can see it swinging from side to side. But you don't get a good look at it because more sounds come from a room ahead of him. As he's looking in the direction of the noise, all of a sudden you hear the chords of his keyboard being struck hard, meaning something is in his room. Now remember, Dave was all alone when this happened, and you can hear the fear in his voice and breathing. Then, after a few seconds, he reluctantly moves forward. As he enters his room, you see that it's been trashed. His blankets have been pulled onto the floor and some type of drum. Also, there are books thrown everywhere. At this point now, his heart is about to burst out of his chest and his breathing is really fast. But it's not over yet, because yet again he hears more noises. At first, you hear loud voices coming from the living room, but it's only as Dave gets closer that he notices the TV has been turned on, and it's really loud. Then the television starts getting distorted and you can hear it glitching, which makes the whole situation even worse. Whatever was in Dave's house that night was a very powerful spirit. Loud noises start going off all around him, and he doesn't know where to turn. At this point, Dave is hyperventilating and could pass out at any moment. But then, as he walks closer to the bedroom, something inside slams the door. And that's about as much as Dave can take, and runs out of the house. And that's where the video ends, as you hear Dave running out of the front door. There was never a follow-up to this or any other videos on his channel. All I know is Dave Ram didn't ever record anything again, and he probably moved out. Creeper in the cave. Chapter 4 is a little different. We're leaving houses and buildings behind for a change, and we're going to explore a cave. This video was uploaded to YouTube 5 years ago by a channel called The Highway 9. There's hardly any information about this video, apart from the explorer was out hiking one day with his German Shepherd when he stumbled upon the entrance to a cave. So, with his trusty canine by his side, he decided to explore.
Out. Come here. Come on. Come on. Go. Misty. What do you think about this, Misty? Keep looking. stay behind me. What the fuck is that? Oh shit! Go! Come on, Missy. Come on, Missy.
Even though he's inside a cave, the light from the camera gives us a clear view of what he's seeing. It's really quiet inside the tunnels, and some tunnels lead to dead ends and others to drops filled with water. All is going well until he comes across some sleeping bats, but that doesn't stop our intrepid adventurer, and even though the light from his torch wakes up the bats, he still continues on. But notices it's a dead end, so he turns around. The cave is filled with all manner of creatures and insects, but unbeknownst to our explorer, he is being stalked by something else, and he doesn't even know it. He gets back to the way he came and decides to look into the right-hand side of the tunnel, and that's when he sees the outline of something watching him. But being too far away, he can't make it out, so he takes a few more steps towards the shadow, and that's when it dawns on him that there, right in front of him deep underground in the cave, he's staring face to face with a man wearing dark robes. And that's when he turns and very wisely runs away. So what do you think? Could this be a ghost, or just a normal person wearing robes creeping about in a cave like some weirdo? Let me know what you think down in the comment section. This is the only cave exploring video on their channel, but if you're into gaming, cars and funny videos, then jump on over to their YouTube channel. It's called The Highway 9. The name's on screen, but don't forget, tell them the Dark Knight sent you. Thank you. If you've seen something strange, creepy, or amazing, and you captured something paranormal on camera, or maybe you're a paranormal investigator and you need some help to get your content out there, or you might be unlucky enough to live in a haunted house and you need some help and answers, but you think you're all alone. Well, you're not. Project Dark Knight is here for you. So send in your videos, clips, links, photos, stories and more to Project Dark Knight. The email is on screen. Thank you. It's in the signs and signals. For our last case, we're reuniting with David and Dell, the boys from Signs and Signals. It's been a whole year since I featured them last, and a lot's happened ever since then, and not all of it has been good. You see, Dell got sick and had to undergo weight loss surgery, but there were also complications, so he spent a lot of time in hospital. And of course, David, being such a great friend, didn't want to make any videos without him, so David waited for his friend to get better. And now, after a few months, I'm pleased to say that Dell is on the road to recovery. Dave made 3 videos ever since Dell got better, but because of his condition, the doctor told him to take it easy, so no stress was allowed, which is the complete opposite thing they did. Now, if you followed the boys, then you'll know all about the church that they've been investigating for the last 2 years. And if you don't, let me break it down for you. 2 years ago, they uploaded their first video, which was a success because unbeknownst to them, they managed to capture a shadow figure just sitting there watching them from the pews. Also, on more than one occasion, they recorded a piano in the church that would play by itself. After that, they made other videos in other locations, but they always returned to the church. And every time they did, something paranormal always happens. Whether it's doors slamming, books falling off the shelf, the piano playing on its own, chairs moving, or shadow figures creeping, it's always going to be an epic video when they investigate the haunted church. And tonight's episode doesn't disappoint. As the video starts, Dale confesses to David and the viewers that because of his condition and all the jump scares in the church the last couple of times, that he won't be going into the building, and instead they'll be doing a graveyard investigation. Well, this didn't sit well with David, and he kept trying to persuade his friend to go in. All of a sudden, from inside the building, the boys heard a loud bang. So Dell agreed to reluctantly bite the bullet and join his friend and fellow investigator into the church. And it turns out that that would be a decision that he would regret. And this is what they documented. Watch.
Hello? Anybody in here?
I can't believe we're back in here, dude.
Alright, so we can lock that door and just go on. We're good?
No, we're not good. We're in here. Let's go. Come on, dude.
Dude, like, how long? Okay? Also, by the way, I mean, if you start to feel weird, if you start feeling weird, we should probably just go. Because, you know, that's like what happened to me before. When I started feeling all weird and like hot and everything and started getting all mad and stuff.
But behind you, Dale. Behind you. Light. It's not the same one.
Is this real? That's not that light.
It's not the same one.
Did you hear that?
I thought that was you.
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Go.
Sorry if I'm a little... It's these lights back here, but this one right here won't even turn on all the way. Well, I guess I'll play with you and turn the light off. That's what you want to do, right? Play a fun light game.
Oh my God. Dale.
Please tell me you got that. Right?
I did.
You got that?
I did.
Back to your old ways, huh? Playing with some chairs? Musical chairs type shit?
Why is it always the chairs? Probably because there's so many in this damn place.
What's up?
What do you think about us being back here?
You like us being back in here? Is that fun? Get somebody to play with? Then got our attention from outside. Back in. What next? It's got another cold spot again.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh.
Compared to...
Yeah, like right here.
Oh, it's kind of warm right here.
It's warm, and then all of a sudden it's just like cold.
Where is it leading to, though?
Cold all the way. Yes, I'm saying. Does it keep going?
No. It's warm.
Just go right here.
Oh, dude, over here. Feel this.
Huh?
Feel this. Over here.
I wish I had one of those, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
EMF detector?
Yeah. I swear we need one of those, dude. It'd probably be going crazy right now.
Oh God, that's scary. Well, we're back. What's up?
Maybe I should just try to get pictures of around here too.
Okay, yeah. Good. And then
hold on. Let me try to get pictures. I should have took pictures where it was cold.
Go ahead.
Dude, how crazy is that? Dude, I told you that taking pictures
that's got to be one of the best finds, like on a photo that we've ever gotten, and it would be that clear.
Yes.
With that camera.
Yes. The long exposures is the way to go, guys.
Yeah, we'll put it up on the screen and show y'all what we're talking about. Dude, it was so freaking cool and pretty clear, and it's so...
Oh my God. Oh my God. Dale,
see,
I told you. It's the piano. It's the piano, dude. Oh my God.
Okay. Dale. I don't give a damn what you're doing. I'm going.
Oh my God.
I don't care what you're doing.
Oh. Wait, you're leaving me in here.
I'm going. I don't care what you're doing. Whatever. I'm not doing this. I already told you. I ain't doing this. This is stupid.
Finally, Dell agrees to go into the church and, straight away, behind him, a light turns on by itself. Shocked, they both make their way towards the light, but there's no one there. After a few words from Dell to the spirit, Dell turns the light off, and the second he does, a loud rumble can be heard coming from behind David from the direction that they just came from. A chair gets thrown and slides into a table, and yet again, when they check, there's no one there. Then they enter the main body of the church. This is where they captured the shadow figure last time watching them, and this is where the piano is situated that plays by itself. They both feel a cold spot and start snapping off a few photos. And it turns out that they were actually feeling something, because the Signs and Signal lads managed to capture something in one of their photos. Then, as Dell is talking to the camera, suddenly they both get a shock of their life as the piano, which is right next to them, suddenly starts playing. The piano keys get struck really hard with a lot of force, which really scares both investigators. If you imagine spreading out your fingers with both hands, then slamming them down hard on the keys, that's what it sounded like. Well, that's more than enough jump scares for the Signs and Signals lads, and they make a quick getaway. If you look at the photo one more time, do you notice where the shadow figure was sitting? Right in front of the piano. This is the third time that they've investigated the church, and on 2 occasions, they both heard the piano and saw a shadow figure. They also documented furniture moving and books flying off a shelf. So, if you want to watch their paranormal investigations into the church and other locations too, then jump on over to the channel. It's called Signs and Signals. And remember, when you get there, drop him a comment and tell him the Dark Knight sent you. Thank you. If you've made it to the end, then I salute you. You proved that you're a true fan of horror. So remember, if you're interested in ghosts, poltergeists and demons, cursed objects, haunted houses and randonautica, urban exploring, animal attacks and true crime, then Project Dark Knight Horror is the channel for you. I absolutely love all things horror and I'm so passionate about my channel. So, if you liked what you saw and you think I deserve it, then may I ask you to click the like button. By doing so, you'll push the video out to a much wider audience. And you'll also help the channel grow. I'll be stepping up my uploading schedule from here on out, so it might be a good idea to turn on the bell icon, so you'll be notified whenever I upload a video. And why not join Project Dark Knight on my private Facebook group? Here, you'll be in great company. We've got lots of different people from lots of different countries, but we all share one thing in common, and that is our love for horror. So, if you're interested in joining a group with like-minded individuals and a place to post your thoughts or give helping advice, share your artwork, videos, or even just chat to a friend, then click the link below and I'll let you in. Lastly, I want to thank my Patreons for going that extra mile. Their names are Dawson Lip, Julie Six, Andrew M. Gross, Laura Rhodey, George Lopez, Cookie I Don't Know, Countess Monette, Greasy Cox, Donna Sayers, D. Michael Smith, Catherine Murphy, Sean Squillis, Giovanni Dad, Trumpet, Anna, KG Majid, and Devin Keener. Thank you so much to everyone for your kindness. Project Dark Knight isn't just a YouTube channel, it's a community. The Facebook group is growing every day and more people are learning how to cope, deal, and avoid the paranormal. So, from the bottom of my heart to all my Dark Knight members and to my Patreons, I couldn't do this without you. Thanks everyone for watching and getting involved. It's thanks to people like you that keep the engines running at Project Dark Knight. And always remember, you've been watching Project Dark Knight Horror, and I am the Dark Knight. Signing off. Peace!
Don't ever laugh as the hearse goes by, for you may be the next to die. They wrap you up in a big white sheet from your head